20 years we've been coming to Saas Fee for one of the most spectacular events on the tour. For the last 2 days, it's been absolutely jam-packed, full of thrilling action. We're halfway through the season so far, and we're almost at the end of this round of the competition. It's time for the men's and women's lead finals. Welcome to the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. And welcome to Saas Fee. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Very warm welcome to Saas Fee. It's the men's and women's league finals. Just a few moments' time, things are going to get going. Now, we're in the third round of the season here in Saas Fee. We've had 2 rounds prior. We started in Cheongsong, we went on to Beijing. Let's take a look at how the season has panned out so far. Here they go. Tolokonina gets a better start on that left-hand side. Kuzovlev catching her up though. Big stumble through Kuzovlev. Tolokonina just needs to hold it together. 8.1, and it's Tolokonina that takes the first gold of the season. And you can see how much it means to her. One off on the left in blue. Kuzovlev on the right in red. And Kuzovlev is faster. Oh no, it's another stumble and Nemov takes the gold. Nemov will walk away with the first gold medal of the season here in Cheongsong, South Korea. And there's one thing we can say for Maria Tolokonina, it's very rare that we'll see her anything but composed. She's going to move through these next moves with conviction. She's going to move decisively. High feet. Looks at that left hand. Oh, she sticks it! Falls! But that was a very aggressive fall.
That was first place.
He's only 26 seconds ahead of Heeyong Park now. Hits the dyno, look at that, almost static, really nice. First goes in, second goes in, and there it is. Oh my gosh, 1 minute 30 left on the clock. He was about 9 seconds ahead of Heeyong Park, and if that's the case, it's gold medal for Nikolai Kuzovlev. Kuzovlev taking the win on the first run, and look at that, she's accelerating away already on that left-hand side, but Feoktistovan's picking up the pace. Kuzovlev around that middle zone, not stumbling, and although Feoktistova takes the win there, that 2-second advantage that Kuzovlev won on that first run, we'll see her with the gold medal. Kartashev on the left, Yerlov on the right, and Yerlov gets up to the stronger of the 2 starts. He's been blisteringly fast all weekend, and it looks like he's going to keep going. It's not a sub-6, but it's fast enough, 7.76 seconds, almost a whole second ahead of Vladimir Kartashev. And it is indeed Vladislav Yerlov's first ever gold medal. There's the top clip, and there's the match, ladies and gentlemen. Maria Tolokonina in fine style, composed, calm, collected and cool. Another gold medal to add to the tally, and well deserved for the Russian athlete at the top of her game for so many years and at the top of the game. Hits the hold, there it is. Gold medal guaranteed for Nikolai Kuzovlev. Still going, 15 seconds remaining. Clip 17 made. True spirit of ice climbing, Nikolai Kuzovlev tops the men's final route. Guaranteed gold medal here. Two stunning finals in 2 stunning countries, and we are set to have a third here in Saas Fee tonight. It's been a jam-packed weekend, full of competition, full of surprises, and of course earlier today we had the women's and men's semi-final. In the women's semi-final, no big surprises in terms of people that are missing, but of course Emma McSwiggan just picked out of a finals place by Maria Tolokonina in that final moment of the competition. Don't worry, we've still got 8 wonderfully strong names and very interesting competitors in that ladies' comp. In the men's semi-final, again, very tough. 7.5 minutes. Very, very, very powerful routes. Endurance was the name of the game. All the athletes in there as we would expect, but one athlete that really stood out has to be a special mention for Yannick Glatthard of Switzerland. Led the pack, got the high point, and put an absolute show on. It's the return of Swiss Air. And speaking of which, we caught up with Yannick and have this short interview from him.
Climbing means a lot to me. I mean, it's this time when you're on the wall, when it's quiet, when you do your own thing. And whatever you do, you're responsible for yourself. And that's what I really like at the sport. I always said that I'm not like the guy who needs competitions and everything, I just do it for fun, blah blah blah. But actually I'm this person who is in love with competition style. A lot of climbers came back. Gordon, Park. I think like we all tried to do a year without competitions and see if it works, but actually deep inside of we have to compete, so we had to come back. The routes in Saas Fee, they are like always kind of scary because the stone holds from Samuel, the Sam holds, they are like in the beginning very slippery, and so when you're not used to that holds and you don't know how the angle of the hold is, you are like kind of afraid, but during the comp you get more into it and getting a better feeling.
Alright, got it.
Oh my gosh, he's right on the edge.
Oh,
No!
oh my gosh.
Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
that was not what we wanted to see. That was not what...
In 2017 I think you had to make like big mistake to fall off the wall, like I did. I think now you can't do that big mistake. And so I get a little bit quieter, I guess. So that's good for my style, because I was too fast, too hurry. So now when I can take it a little bit easier, and it's getting better. Coming back to competition was kind of weird, because like you knew what you did, but now changed a lot, the podium changed, everything. So I'm not sure where I stand right now. For sure, yeah, I have ambition, but I just have to get the feeling back in the competitions, and so I'm open for everything. I just want to have fun, and my goal is to top 4 routes.
Great little video and profile there of Swiss Air himself, Yannick Glatthard. You'll find out why he got that nickname in just a few moments' time. We are live now with the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup men's and women's lead final. It's going to be a stunner, there's no doubt about it. I am joined this evening in Saas Fee by a very esteemed co-commentator, sadly not out in the finals, but very pleased to have her with me. Petra Klingler, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you on board, so pleased that you can join me.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here at the same time as it is hard to be here and not climbing.
So let's take a look at those start lists for the final. We have men's and women's start list. Let's look at the women's first. Out first, qualifying in 8th place, is Korea's Woonseon Shin. She'll be followed by Han Na Rai Song of Korea. Enni Bertling of Finland, who took bronze medal last week in China will be out third. Vivien Labarile, great performance from the young Swiss athlete, out fourth. Mariam Filippova of Russia out fifth. Marianne Thomas of France will be followed in sixth. She qualified third today. Brilliant work from her. Sina Goetz of Switzerland, stunning effort from the young Swiss athlete to qualify second. Behind, no surprises, Maria Tolokonina, the Russian ice queen, who will climb last. Let's take a look at that men's start list. First out will be Younggeon Lee of Korea, just squeezed his way into that lead final this evening. A very, very close run thing. He'll be followed by Mohammad Safdarian. Then after him will be Heeyong Park. He'll be followed by Kevin Huser. Clair of France will be following him. Nikolai Primarov of Switzerland. Then Nikolai Kuzovlev. And finally, as I mentioned, Yannick Glatthard. It's going to be a stunning final in both the men's and the women's competitions. So stay tuned for that. There is our first athlete, it's Woonseon Shin. Before we start talking about her, of course we want you guys to get in touch with us here in Saas Fee. We want to know where you are tuning from, what you are, or rather who you are cheering for. If you are watching on the Red Bull channel, it's a very warm welcome to you guys, our special guests. Very, very easy to get in touch with us. You can use those channels or hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. You can contact me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. Okay, Woonseon Shin begins. Petra, you've been in that position many, many times. What's going to be going through her mind as she begins this final route?
Well, I guess the beginning is always really hard because you never know kind of how the holds are. You don't really know how you're feeling, if you've warmed up enough. And the goal is really to get in a flow, kind of get the rhythm started. And of course, I think it's every athlete's horror to fall in the first couple of moves. So for me, after clipping 2-3 quick draws, I was getting in a better shape, in a better mindset as well. So I guess I'm not the only one, and Woonseon Shin is cruising now here, and hopefully she can keep up this pace to really go as far as the top.
So Woonseon Shin now, 7 minutes 40 remaining on the clock. Moving up towards the right hand side. Moving rightwards into those hanging panels. The female athletes are climbing from the centre out to the right, the same way that the men climbed in the semi-finals, so they're climbing the reverse of what they did before. The women have 9 minutes to climb their routes, 18 quick draws including the top. Men will have 8 minutes to climb their route, 19 quick draws including the top.
Yeah, we can see that she's pretty fast, but struggling here with kicking her feet. Figure four, for sure, one of the best solutions to get the height, because especially if you have one of these gray volumes in front of you, it's never easy to kick. It's kind of in the way, so figure four is probably one of the most efficient solutions, I would say.
Woonseon Shin making clip number 7 and moving between those stone holds.
I think she really knows that she has to speed up, because the routes up till now in qualification and semifinals were not that hard, move-wise and physically, but you had to be fast, you had to be efficient and climb through in a really good and steady pace.
So Woonseon Shin moving up there to make clip number 8. Nice, steady pace. Oh, little slip of the feet there. Luckily that left tool had some purchase in that ice barrel. She manages to keep moving through that, stays composed. Woonseon Shin, a very seasoned competitor in this particular venue. She has taken gold medal here. In fact, she took gold medal here, when was the last time? 2015. Then it was 5th in 2016. She took 23rd here in 2017. And 2nd, she took a silver medal here last year. So no stranger to this venue, to its intricacies, to the things that are needed to move successfully.
Not at all. And for sure also one of the athletes with a lot of endurance. Maybe some of you have seen the World Cup in Korea. It's a huge wall, even longer routes than here in Saas Fee. So she has the endurance to top this route. She has the qualities to top the route. She knows she's one of a lot of the competitors in competitions for a long time now. But as we also could see in semifinals with the men, this ice passage kind of takes out the rhythm of the climbing, and a lot of athletes have some trouble.
Moves up off that speed structure now towards clip number 12. Makes the clip. And that's 12 of 18 clips.
Yeah, she's moving fast. As we can see, she's using her legs to get as much weight onto the ice barrels as possible, taking this little spot to rest for a bit and shake out her hands to get some new blood in her forearms.
You can see how steep that next section is. Move between the two ice barrels and then into the upper arch above her. Good crowd in here in Saas Fee for Woonseon Shin. She just starts to move through this sequence. Got that left side of the hold with the right tool in that backhand grip. Takes it with the left hand. Really nice. Not rushed at this point. She has 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock and just eyeing down the holds above her. Locks down that left hand and moves up with the right into that next ice barrel.
Really far move.
Flicks over into the figure 9, back to the 4, and these ice barrels are so big. Takes a lot of energy to climb around them, climb through them, and Shin moving very, very nicely.
But we can also see that she's getting tired, she's shaking out more than before, she's losing a little bit of her speed. It is a really steep section and you have to be in good condition to cruise through this section. But I bet that she will get back in the pace. I hope she will, to get further and closer to the top.
2 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Woonseon Shin. Again, that hook on the top of the hold there in the reverse grip now with the right hand. Flicks over into the figure 4 with that left leg. Keeps that axe nice and stable. The pick on the hold, keeping as little movement as possible. The weight down through that tool. Makes the clip with the right hand. Up over the figure 9 onto the left hand side of that next hold, and these stone holds providing interesting challenges, unique challenges every time. It's very difficult for these athletes to know exactly what to expect. They do have binoculars from the ground, but yeah, Woonseon Shin very, very close to the top now by the looks of things.
It's amazing, and she's still got quite a bit of time left. 1.5 minutes left. She knows she has to go fast because normally as athlete, if the higher you get, especially if you're one of the first athletes, you know that others can also top it, and so you want to go as fast as possible to clip the last quick draw and then match with the second tool. That's when time will stop.
So Woonseon Shin now has that clip, takes the left tool already on that right tool.
And we have a first top.
Woonseon Shin topping the route there in fine style. Over a minute left on the clock when she did get up there. That's brilliant, brilliant work from the Korean, reigning world champion. And yeah, she's set the gauntlet down for the rest of the athletes. We'll have to wait and see. She is in great shape. She is in brilliant form. Who knows what that means for the rest of them? We still have 7 women left to climb. Woonseon Shin, we'll have to wait and see what happens next.
I guess that's going to be really nerve-wracking for her to watch all the other athletes climb, as she exactly knows that other athletes are capable to top out this route, so time will be the main factor, the factor to divide the athletes.
Heads over to the ice box, sits down, leans back and takes a breath. Current first place will sit in the ice box for the duration of the time that they are in first place. Next athlete out is, of course, Younggeon Lee. Alexei Dengin called it before and said that this guy is one of the real top athletes of the future. Very talented climber.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he was third place in Youth World Championships last year in Liechtenstein. He already there, it was one of his first appearances, I think, where he shook up all the athletes, and the young athletes especially, they know they have to keep on training to be able to compete against this guy.
Well, Younggeon Lee, 2 bronze medals this season so far, and here in Saas Fee, the 3rd competition of the season, he's exploding out of the gates, moving very quickly through those first few moves, just spying that hold, making sure he has it properly.
Yeah, we can also see that he kind of has the climbing style of Heeyong Park. He's efficient as Heeyong is, and if I'm correct, Heeyong is also his trainer, so I guess he will be one of the future, or already is the future.
Yeah, he's certainly one to watch.
We've seen here like this undercling move, so you can't stein it, you have to pull on really hard. It needs a lot of body tension. Get your feet high, and it's always a little bit unsure.
Younggeon Lee now moving from clip number 2 up and left into the backside of that rock flake there. Makes clip 3. These rock holds a signature style of Saas Fee. And we saw that hold in China, the women's competition. That kind of protruding stalactite feature. Out to the hold by clip number 6. Another small rock edge matches that right tool in there. Moves into the security of the ice barrel. Smart move there by Younggeon Lee. So climbing from the centre out to the left.
Yeah, I was looking at the route before, and I think it's going to be a really interesting route. We have some fascinating and scary moves, hard moves. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the guys jumping and rocking this route.
Interesting, Younggeon Lee seems to have that Petzelnomic slightly jammed in there. Does reach down and manage to get it out. But Na Rai's Song also had an issue with that before. These super aggressive tools sometimes just fitting into those ice barrels a little bit too well. Reaches over himself up that log. Big hanging wooden log there. Again, another unique feature in Saas Fee. Makes the clip. And now bridged between the log and those wooden panels. Takes a second to shake. Petra, how nervous do you get when you see people bridged in that position?
Well, I get really nervous. My heart beats faster, especially once the left knee goes slightly down. Yeah, I don't like watching it.
Well, we can look away for a second there. No, Younggeon Lee now moving slightly higher up that wooden block. Younggeon Lee palming down off that volume. Really interesting style here. Much more traditional to a Boulder World Cup, not Ice Climbing World Cup. No holds for the tools, but he can palm off that volume. That's totally permitted. Look where that next hold is, Petra.
Yeah, it's a really exciting move. It's hard to know how to do it actually. Like, you really have to go and squeeze up in this corner with the use of the 2 volumes for the feet, but at the same time being careful that you, for once, not like let one of the ice axe fall down. On the other hand, not touching the red line because that's forbidden.
Also not going around the side of the structure because that's forbidden. Really penned in by the boundaries here.
Yes, and I think the biggest issue is really that you have 2 ice axes in the hand, and it's not that easy as in climbing to release your feet as the spikes are in the wood. So I think it's really an awkward position, and then jumping up to the ice barrel from there is crazy.
Younggeon Lee, first climber we've seen on this route. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to palm down with the right hand and probably then try and stab that right foot up, bring it up that log and get it into the top, I would imagine. Yeah, a little higher.
Nicely done.
And then he needs to step the left foot up even further onto that second volume. Possibly.
Hey, I think there was a little smile from him.
He sticks it!
Oh, wow.
Excellent work from Younggeon Lee, the South Korean climber. Absolutely
super crazy.
cruised that move. Makes clip number 12 and now accelerates again. Nearly falls but keeps the momentum.
Crazy, like how he went from totally calmness and steadiness, exploding to this big jump. Fascinating.
Really, really good change of pace.
Definitely.
Exciting stuff from the route setters here. Younggeon Lee putting on a great show. Less than 2 minutes on the clock now as he reaches up with that left hand. Moves up now off that small edge with the right tool. And the small edge with the left tool. Looks like a little bit of rebar. Iron holds.
Yeah, we definitely can see all kind of different holds here in Saas Fee. The longer, or in the last couple of years, we've seen that constantly more and more different holds coming up from other countries as well. You never know what to expect.
Another big move, easily made by Younggeon Lee as he climbs into that ice barrel, approaching the apex of the arch now. Clip 15 made, 16's beckoning.
Really efficiently going through this last section since the jump. And if I'm correct, we also have 18 quick draws till the top. So he's going to go for the clip number 16 soon.
They actually have 19 clips, I believe, for the men. We'll have to wait and see. That's the information that I've got here. So looks like he's going to make 16. Tricky one.
Oh, he looks pumped. That's the hard part. Once you get pumped, it's really hard to clip the quick draws because it's so little movements your hands have to do.
Younggeon Lee now with very little time on the clock needs to do something spectacular if he wants to get to that next hold. He's in the figure 9 on the backside of that barrel. He's shaking out, but he doesn't have the time to play with. Younggeon Lee ticking down slowly. Can he get that next hold? He's just short of it. Very, very close, but not close enough. It's time up for Younggeon Lee.
But a really good performance from our young Korean.
Puts his hands up, thanks the crowd. It was a great attempt there from Younggeon Lee and a brilliant start to that men's route. We'll have to wait and see how he fares amongst the other athletes. But that was a great effort from Younggeon Lee, the Korean. Nice attempt again from Younggeon Lee. And let's look at that dyno. So calm and collected. Was that how you read it, Petra?
Yes, definitely. It's kind of the only solution you can do it. You have to get the heights between the volume and the branch. But it's hard. It's really hard, and it's hard to know when you work yourself up high enough and when to jump.
Well, next athlete's out there. 9 minutes on the clock. And Han Na Rai's Song of Korea is on the wall. Woonseon Shin, the first climber, topped with relative ease in 7 minutes and 54 seconds. Let's see how Han Na Rai manages it. She's looked on great form, had an unfortunate week last week. What do you think, Petra?
Well, I haven't seen the live stream of last weekend, but I've seen the one from Korea, and I mean, I've seen all her posts on Instagram of her trainings, and she's in good shape.
She is indeed in good shape. Just less than 8 minutes gone, so 8 minutes remaining rather, so just over a minute gone. Into the Stein with that left hand.
Yeah, long move we will see now from her. And it's hard to read this hold, I guess. It's a really small spot to take it, and you have to go traverse to the right, so it's important that you don't have your tool stuck in any way that once you move to the right, it would pop. But she looks calm and in ease.
Bridges out into the underside of that hanging panel. Very flexible athlete, Na Rai Song.
Yeah, I guess that's what we know from the Koreans. They're like a lot of the Asian athletes, really flexible, really smooth climbing. And once you see how they put in the figure fours, it looks like so easy. One leg down, the other one just over the hand. And with other athletes, you can see that it's actually quite some flexibility you need.
6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Na Rai Song moving upwards in that steep section above the hanging panel, that diamond. And she places the left tool, matches in with the right hand, shallow hook on top there, and makes clip number 7. Yeah, nice work. As Petra just said, that fig 4 going in ever so easy.
And what you also can really see well with her climbing is that once she puts in her figure 4, her lower leg, like the main leg for pushing, it will not move anymore. So she positions her foot already perfectly to do the next move. Whereas with other athletes, you can see that they have to hop around and adjust, which in my opinion is the big difference between the really strong athletes and the consistent athletes to the other athletes, which are not quite as strong as Han Na Rai now.
Really nice movement there, effortlessly through to that ice barrel, making clips 8 and 9 simultaneously in very quick succession indeed. She's actually behind Woonseon Shin by 34 seconds, but honestly, the thing with Na Rai Song is that while she might look like she's not moving particularly fast, as Petra just alluded to, she moves incredibly efficiently, and that efficiency will certainly pay off as she starts to move higher up this route into the second part of the ice block, heading over to that speed wall.
Yeah, and definitely another thing with Han Na Rai is that she normally can really keep up the pace throughout the whole route, whereas we saw Shin slowing down a little bit throughout this really steep passage. Now making next clip. We don't have any numbers on these clips as they just go through the ice. Next clip is number 12. She's gonna clip in a second.
So that's number 12 made, and now really is the time where Han Na Rai Song needs to pick up that pace if she wants to be in with a chance of knocking Woonseon Shin off the top spot. Of course, Sunny made that top of the route, 7 minutes and 54 seconds. Now, already made a little bit of time up. Shin did shake out on top of the ice tower. Na Rai Song opting to just keep moving. Takes that tool in the top of the ice barrel in the high grip with the left hand. Little trouble there trying to get the leg over into the figure 4. She's now ahead of Woonseon Shin's time.
It's interesting to see before there in the men's semifinals we had a similar move, and most of the guys were able to stand on the lower ice blocks and just muscle up, as Han Na Rai is trying now. But it seems like a really annoying move, especially probably because the ice barrel also is moving quite a bit.
There, that's it. She just needed to reposition that right foot. Managed to get it in the right place and hits that hold by clip number 13. Another very shallow and nerve-wracking granite hold there. That looks absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I was wondering if she has it on the right position, but it seems like it holds.
It holds, but it doesn't look, I can't really tell what it's holding on to. Another big move required here, and she needs to move up and right into that next ice barrel. That's where you're supposed to take it.
That looks better. She lost quite a bit of time here once again. Now the long move to the next ice barrel.
Throws that left leg over into the figure 4. 2 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. Woonseon Shin had almost topped at this point. Still has time to top though.
Maybe probably also not expecting that Woonseon Shin topped with so much time left. So maybe she's just thinking to top and not that much about the time.
Right. Yeah, the athletes, of course, in isolation don't know how the prior athlete has performed. So, yeah, it's unexpected for the 8th place to come out and top the route. But she knows Sunny very, very well.
That's true, and it is Sunny. So she's an experienced, she's an experienced athlete.
Another deep lock off that right hand. Has the reverse grip on that green crimpy edge there. Backhand on the left hand side of this next hold as she presses into the Stein. And that top is fast approaching. Just less than 1 minute, 57 seconds on the clock as she reaches across with the right hand. Oh, and meets the other. Just couldn't she hold it? Can she hold it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's off! Oh, that was so close. You saw her inching that left hand.
But incredibly how long she was able to hold on.
I thought she might recover there, Petra.
Yes, me too. For 1 second, I was like, oh, no, she's going. And then she was turning back. And I thought, now she's got it. She saved it. But unfortunately not.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of disappointment in her eyes there. She knows that she probably needed that top. She'll have known as she climbed that Maria Tolokonina is not going to have any trouble with that route.
Well, you never know. There's always a chance to slip, or even though you're in a good pace, like this move.
Slips accepted.
Slips.
Maria Tolokonina should have no trouble with this route. Oh.
Probably not. Normally not.
Look at this, Petra. Watch the fingertips.
This is
She
so close.
almost grabbed her own hand.
Ah, it's such a shame.
And that Stein pops. She just loses focus. Oh, her shoulder must have been screaming there. Amazing work from Han Na Rai Song, who goes into second place behind teammate Woonseon Shin. And our next athlete is Mohammad Safdarian of Iran, and he begins his route.
See, he learned something from me. Also taking the holds with his hands, sometimes more efficient, than with the tool.
Sometimes not as well, Petra, as you learned today.
Sometimes not as efficient or deadly.
Of course, this is a very special venue for Mohammad Safdarian. Last year, he took the first ever medal for an Iranian athlete at this competition, walked away with a bronze medal, and put an amazing performance in. Then went on to Rabenstein to take a gold medal. Really was a special season for the Iranian team. Mohammad Safdarian, something of a hero after that.
Definitely. And his climbing last year, he progressed so much throughout the season. And you, like, from the first competition on in the season, you could see that this guy, he trained hard and he really worked a lot on his climbing, on his technique. And throughout the season, we kind of all knew that he's capable of winning.
If you guys are just joining us, a very, very warm welcome from Saas Fee to the men's and women's UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup lead finals. Petra Klingler is joining me in the studio tonight, and my name is Liam Lonsdale. You can get in touch with us in a number of ways, regardless of where you're watching. You can use any of the social media platforms and use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. You can, of course, tag me directly in any posts or find me on social media using @Liam Lonsdale. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, then drop us a comment or a question in the chat box. You can ask myself or Petra any questions that you like, and you can also ask any of the athletes that you like. We'll try and get them up for a chat after they've finished climbing. We'll see what we can do about getting athletes up here for short interviews. Mohammad Safdarian moving really well, already ahead of the pace that Younggeon set, climbing up to the ice barrel. Five minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
He's cruising this route. Like 1 second you're not looking and he's up 5 meters.
What I would say is that what I think this route is going to involve is not super hard climbing, but a lot of speed. You know, there's some hard moves for sure, but it looks more like it's going to be a battle of the endurance to get highest as possible.
I think it's kind of a mixture between going really fast up till this point, but having the guts to slow down here, prepare the move really well, and go for it, and then speed up again.
Safdarian 32 seconds ahead of Younggeon as he palms down off that volume. Tool in the mouth. Testing the athlete's flexibility here. Tobias Suter, one of the route setters, also sets boulders at Old Lock in Bern. Very talented route setter.
We can see also he is struggling with getting his feet up and trying not to touch the red line there.
That finger just on it. What do you think, Petra?
I'm not sure, because it's always difficult with the judges. Sometimes we had years where you really weren't allowed to touch the red line, and then other years where it was okay to touch on the red line. So I guess it's okay this year, because otherwise I think he would have not done it.
I'm speechless. So he caught the dyno, pumped his arms in celebration, and then very, very nearly slipped off as he looked like he was about to try and make the clip. He managed to recover. Great work from Reza Safdarian, but now he really needs to dial that focus back in and find that pace as he explodes up this steep arch section. 3 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock for the Iranian athlete. If he wants to get up past the high point set by Younggeon, he needs to do something spectacular.
Yeah, I think that was really extraordinary from him, and I think he actually didn't really believe in making the jump. He seemed to be a little surprised that he stuck it, and then kind of got nervous and kind of lost the focus a little bit for a moment.
He's almost a minute ahead of the pace that Younggeon Lee set. Still plenty of time to go. Clip 14 made. Reaches with that left hand into the edge that sits above him there. We're on that rebar hold. Get another close-up of that at some point during the night. It's such an interesting hold. Pieces of rebar welded together and then mounted onto a plate. You can see it there. Really interesting.
But he moved really fast and he recovered well from the jump. I'm hoping that he will be able to keep up this focus and this pace for the next couple of moves.
Looking pretty solid, I have to say, as he reaches up into that ice barrel, but this is the testing point now. This is where it gets very, very physical. 34 seconds ahead of Younggeon Lee. Cuts loose one more time as he tries to stick that figure 9 in, manages to get the right leg over there. Looks down for the clock. 1 minute 27 remaining.
But he somehow looks tired. His ice axe control isn't that good anymore, and the thing is, the higher up you get, the harder it gets to pull up the rope. The rope drag is getting worse, and the more pumped you are, the harder it is.
You can see him shaking out there in the solidity of that ice barrel. 1 minute remaining for him. Younggeon Lee and Woonseon Shin, the two icebox seat warmers, if you like, keeping hold of that first place for now, watching carefully as he keeps moving. 44 seconds remain.
Yeah, if he wants to do something, he really has to move fast now. He chooses the other solution, not the figure 4. Tries to get his feet up in this wall and probably do it statically, and that looks really good from him.
"20 seconds left now. He's got the hold above him that Younggeon Lee didn't manage to get, so that puts him into first place. 10 seconds on the clock. Can he make that next clip? Mohammad Safdarian now really could do with that clip to solidify his position in first. Flicks the left leg over the right hand. 1 second, it's going to be time up, and that is time for Mohammad Safdarian. Great climbing from him, but it's not going to be enough to get further. Petra, summarise that one for me.
It was a really incredible climb. He was super fast at the beginning. He had some trouble getting his feet and up and into the right position in the corner. Seemed to be super surprised to stick the move in the end, but was able to get back to focus and set a new high point.
Let's take a look at that move again. Jumped. he did panic. He did panic there. Very interesting. He caught it, reached down to make the clip, realised that he couldn't make the clip, cheered, reached down again, helmet off to one side. Let's get yourself a drink, mate. Have a minute.
Yeah, I think this was like a move he will probably not forget for quite a while.
I would agree with that. Now, on your screens, another athlete joins us. This time it's Finland's Enni Bertling. Last week was a momentous occasion for her. She, of course, made the first ever podium for a Finnish ice climbing athlete, taking a bronze medal in Beijing. It was an absolutely stunning performance and a well-deserved bronze medal. Let's see if she can better that or match it today. She said to me that she was happy to be in the finals and she just wanted to try and relax and forget it and do her best with the climbing. Hopefully she can manage that now.
Yeah, I guess that's the hard thing. Once you've done a podium, you know you can do it, and you want to repeat it and do the same thing the next time, and you pressure yourself. So I guess it's a good strategy. She's trying to just enjoying her finals, being back in finals again. It is Saas Fee. It is always hard with the stone holds, but I bet she will do great.
Bertling there, moving left out onto that very delicate hold. Into that Stein with the right hand. Kicks in to the volume with the left. And places that hook. Looking really nice. Conservative effort so far from Enni Bertling. Just getting those first moves under a belt, as you said before, Petra.
Yeah, it's these first moves, tricky moves, to get your confidence back. And she seems to be a little bit hesitant, but it also can be a strategy to just get through these couple of moves, do well, get back the feeling on these stone holds. And she's doing great.
She has the Stein with that right hand there and makes clip number 3. How is it in terms of relief to get those Steins?
I love them. Like, I love Stein pulls. I know I'm rather strong at them as well. It's, in my opinion, a lot about the body tension, getting feet up high, and also a whole body power. But they are scary because sometimes you can actually see your ice pick move or your ice axe slightly bend a little bit because you can build up so much power on this Stein pull.
Lots of people tuned in and supporting these athletes. If you are joining us online, then why not get involved in the broadcast? Drop us a message in the chat box or in the comments. We'd love to hear from you here. If you're watching on television, we are broadcasting live on Red Bull TV, then drop us a message on any of the social media platforms. Use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing, or you can get in touch with me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. Ask myself or Petra any questions that you like, and of course any of the athletes that have climbed, we'll do our best to get short interviews with them as they go. And still looking pretty solid here, Petra.
Definitely, she's moving constantly in a constant pace, soon getting up to the ice barrel parts. She really seems to know where to take the holds. Like, there was not one hold where she was struggling. She knows where to take them. She has a plan. She's maybe not as fast as the Korean were, but she knows what she's doing.
Well, clip 7 made. 4 minutes 40 on the clock.
She's definitely one of these athletes who have progressed massively in the last couple of years. Like, in the last 2 years, she trained hard, she trained efficient, and it pays off, as we can see. First podium last weekend, and also another final for her here in Saas Fee.
How much of the success can be attributed to experience as well, do you think?
That's a hard question, but I think it is for sure quite a bit of experience. Just knowing how to take the holds, also how to cope with tired forearms. If you go into figure 4 first or first in a figure 9, it's for one's experience, for one's just also knowing yourself, knowing what you can do, what you prefer to do, your strengths and weaknesses. And then I also think just the whole handling and the development of the ice tools in the last couple of years. You always have to adjust to new ice tools, to new picks. We've seen quite a bit of development here in the last couple of years.
And so now Enni Bertling with 2 minutes 44 on the clock climbs up onto that speed wall off that big hanging ice barrel. Time is of the essence now as she approaches the upper part of this route, and a little foot slip there, but manages to stay composed. Moving up really nicely. Two minutes on the clock now. If Enni wants to get to the top, then she really needs to pick up the pace. Clip 12 made. 2 minutes 26 behind the pace. I mean, that gives you an idea of how fast Younggeon Shin was. Enni Bertling by no means slow. .118 on the clock. Two minutes 28 off the pace now. Enni Bertling moving into that steep section, really needs to pick up the pace. That watch on her harness will be beeping. 45 seconds. Reaches up onto that ice barrel with the right tool. Little cut loose there, and she spins it round, gets the left leg over the right hand into the figure four. Shakes for a second, she only has 20 left on the clock. There's clip number 15. Really, really strong. 10 seconds remaining. 9, 7, 6, 5. Can she reach out to that green hold? It's looking unlikely, and that is the end for Enni Bertling. Great final for her. Great attempt at this route. We'll have to wait and see where it is that she ranks. Oh, and she took a tool to the head as well. There's big smiles from Enni Bertling. Petra, slow, no. Composed, calm, and paced, yes. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, as you said, she was in a constant pace. She was moving, she was always moving. But we could see at the end she was getting tired. Her elbows were coming up, coming out. She regripped a couple of times. But she looks like she had a great time.
She certainly does indeed. And Petra, there's some questions coming in for you. One here. What gave you the strength to carry on and drag yourself up the route after the awful slip 2 years ago? It was heroic and horrible to watch in equal measures. Of course, talking about the moment where you were between the ice barrel and the panels and you did that horrible knee drop break thing.
Well, the funny thing is, kind of the moment I injured myself, I had pain for sure. But it was mostly the pain and the fear that I wasn't able to compete in the rest of the season anymore. Why I kept on climbing, I actually don't know. But I think it's just because normally you climb till you fall. And I was expecting to just fall on the next move. But I was hanging on, and I did the next move, and then the next move, and then the next move, and it just couldn't let go because the crowd was cheering so loud. The atmosphere was going crazy and my adrenaline was shooting up.
Gordon and I were crying.
Yeah, we were crying. And so I just kept on and kind of probably thinking I would fall every move and then stuck every next move. And I just remember coming down and my belayer told me that, oh, luckily you fell.
Yeah, right. It was grim. Anyway, let's focus on present day. That was, of course, the terrifying moment that Petra bust her knee, but she's back now, as strong as ever. We're looking forward to seeing her at hopefully another of the Ice Climbing World Cups, but certainly in the Bouldering and Lead World Cups later this year, hopefully qualifying for a place in the Olympics. On your screens now, the Korean Ice King himself, Park Heeyong, one of the true greats of the sport, back out of retirement, back for another year, and as strong as ever by the looks of things.
Yeah, we just saw this little adjustment he made with his ice axe. This is what good climbers do. They know exactly how to place their pick, how deep into a hole they should put it, and that's what makes a big difference between athletes longer in the circuit in comparison to athletes, younger athletes who are new to the sport.
And you can see there Heeyong Park wearing that special red bib, reigning world champion. Feet off on that barrel as he negotiates and moves up onto the wood. Really, really smooth climbing here, just seamless, Petra.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love watching him. Everything looks so controlled and planned.
It's exactly what I was going to say, calculated. Everything just looks like it was meant to be done, no mistakes.
Yeah, like every change of tool, every matching tool, every clip, it's just planned out.
Heeyong Park now approaching this tricky dyno move, and it was a dyno that cost him dearly last week in Beijing. Misjudged the move and came up way short than he would have hoped. Hopefully that won't happen again today. He has already done one of the dynos that was set in the semi-finals. Let's see how he reads this.
We see he is an experienced athlete. He knows exactly all the tricks and little bits he can use. He knows the red line and he knows the little tricks. But he asked the judge on the bottom if he can use it. Little look downwards. In comparison to first Korean, he was for a long time wasn't sure if he even can use the top part of the wooden block. That's Heeyong, and I'm excited to see his move now.
Okay, Heeyong Park lines up. Is he going to try and bridge up higher with the foot, or is he going to go from the low volume? He looks so far away. He looks so far away. Bumping that left foot up ever more. Lines up. Oh, and he almost falls out. Here he goes! He sticks it! Heeyong Park sticks the dyno! It looked improbable, it looked impossible, but if anyone can do it, it's the Korean Ice King. And Heeyong Park switches gears now as he explodes up the steeper section. Petra, that was incredible.
I'm speechless, and like if you've noticed, he actually went with his right hand, like the hand furthest away from the ice barrel. I first thought he would fall, and then he just took out his right hand and hit it. Incredible.
Absolutely stunning stuff, and I have to say I was holding my breath then. I wasn't sure whether he would hit that or not, but somehow managed to pull it off. Absolutely incredible. Petra, what's going to be going through his mind now as he gets into this steeper section?
Well, I guess he is thinking that he has to speed up. He wants a top. I know him. He is here to win. So he knows he has to climb smoothly, well, but speed up.
Okay, Heeyong Park now with a few minutes left on the clock. Moving into that steeper section. Just struggling to find the placement with the left hand.
Ooh, a nice skip off the hold.
Really smart. Didn't like the look of that rebar hold, so figure four on the right tool. looking behind for the clock, trying to work out how much time he's got left. Makes the clip with the right hand on 15. Another lunge out behind him into the barrel and into that silky smooth movement that we always see from him in these positions.
And this is another really good move from him, going the other way around the ice barrel, the shorter way. Clever climbing.
It's exactly what we expect to see from a veteran of the sport like Heeyong Park. There's a reason that he's wearing that red bib. Now onto the front of that ice barrel. Makes clip 16. Needs to get up onto that next hold. Big cheers and a lot of support from this crowd here.
He seems to be a little bit unsure from where he should pull up, which is the best placement of his tool.
Wasting precious time, unfortunately. Really needs to do something here as he kicks into the wall. First time it doesn't quite stick, but he doesn't make any mistakes the second time round. Really make this next move.
He lost some precious time here and goes for the hold.
Amazing control with that right hand though as he locks down that left shoulder. You can see him grimacing as he fights through the pump now. That's time up for Heeyong Park. Very, very good effort.
Very good effort. I'm not sure if he actually got the high point here or if it's still Mohammad Safdarian with the first place.
Well, we can tell you because we have the live results, Petra. Let's refresh that. That'll refresh again for us in a second. But Heeyong Park, that on that dyno. Watch him go here, lined up with the left, lost his balance, and then just changed his mind at the last second. Watch every body part, left leg, right leg, all the way across with the right hand. Unbelievable stuff. Athleticism knows no bounds when it comes to Heeyong Park. That was a stunner. Really brilliant work from him. That result will refresh in just a second. He is in first place, tied with Mohammad Safdarian. Goes ahead after countbacks from the previous round. Now we have our next athlete. It will be Vivien Labarile of Switzerland. Petra, tell us about Vivien.
Vivien is a really strong climber. She's trained hard this season.
She has indeed, and that paid off in the semi-final. She looked very, very strong.
Yeah, it was funny because as we saw at the beginning, there was the dance crew, and she actually was part of the dance crew and wanted to dance with them, and then was so surprised to be in finals, so they had to do it without her.
I did not know that. Fun facts from Petra Klingler there. People asking about the judges and technicians that are unclipping the clips as the athletes are climbing. That's to reduce rope drag. They only clip 2 of them, I believe. It might be 3, but they don't clip any more than is safe. And they do that to reduce the rope drag. This route weaves around this incredible structure. So the officials giving the climbers the best chance possible climbing to the top of the structure. Same for every athlete.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that we have 2 young Swiss in the finals. Super strong climbing from them in the semi-finals. And for sure, for Vivien, incredible to be here in Saas Fee in a final, in her first final, I think.
Yeah, that's correct.
In front of a home crowd, like really she's from this region. She has all her friends here, her family. I guess, or I know that this is kind of the best thing you can have.
Well, friends and family here supporting her. Let's hope that it gives her the extra edge and she can make some moves, get some height, Who knows, maybe she can even walk away with a medal. Only one way to find out, folks, and that's to stick with the action. Thanks for joining us here in Saas Fee. It's great to have you on board. Petra Klingler joining me, Liam Lonsdale, here in the booth this evening. Vivien Labarile now matching in that Stein with the left hand. Moving up to stone holds as she edges rightwards. Six minutes 40 on the clock.
Vivien is moving constantly, not super fast, but controlled. She knows what she's doing, what she wants to do. And something really special with Vivien, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but she has pink shoes. She sprayed her shoes.
I was going to say they're definitely customized.
And she has little flowers on her helmet. She's had this since I know her, so quite some years now. It's like a little thing she does every year.
New flowers every year?
I'm not sure.
Reaches up high with that left hand, misses it first time, hits it second time. 5:42 on the clock. She approaches clip number 7. There it is, looking in good form so far. Needs to keep that pace. Very warm welcome to the broadcast to Matilda, tuned in Stockholm. Lots of folk tuned in all over the world. Let us know where you are tuned in from, who you are cheering for. There's many, many ways you can get in touch with us. Drop us a comment in the chat box. You can use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing or get in touch with me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. We'd love to hear from you here. Vivien Labarile moving nicely now into the security of that ice barrel.
She has a little less than 5 minutes left. So, she cheers on the crowd. She wants the crowd behind her. She wants a good show. That's why she is here.
And the crowd love that as well. They love it when the athletes ask for help.
Yeah, what can she lose? I mean, she just can win here. She's already had such a good competition. She's here to roll up the field from behind.
Nathan Kutcher's greeting us all the way from UIAA, Colorado. Great to have you on board, Nathan. Sorry that you're not here. Hopefully see him at one of the rounds this season. And Rebecca as well. Vivien Labarile into the figure 9 over the left hand. Fig 4 over the right. Moves onto that ice barrel. Progress with each move. .3:35 remains for Vivien Labarile. Petra, what do you think? Has she got enough time?
It's hard to say. I think 3.5 minutes is enough to climb to the top. The question is, can she keep up the pace?
Definitely needs to pick it up now as she moves between them. Just lacking a little bit of efficiency in this section. Manages to kick across onto that speed wall.
She seems to be a little bit tired.
Interesting way to hold the axe there with that right hand. Needs to be careful with that. Crowd really getting behind Vivien now.
Yeah, she's starting to fight, I think. Seems that every move is harder and harder.
2:30 on the clock. Makes clip number 11. Allez, Vivien. Into that speed wall now, and it's speed that she needs. Makes clip number 12. 1 minute 48 on the clock. 2 minutes 14 seconds behind Woonseon Shin.
Yeah, she really has to speed up if she wants to be able to get close to the top. But I'm not sure if she actually knows that the others topped, as she was in isolation before. And it's not always easy to interpret the crowd's noise and knowing if it's for the guys or for the girl climbing. So I guess she was the first, and then Han Na Rai, she knew that Shin topped. But Vivien, I could think that she's just glad with every move she does.
1 minute exactly on the clock now, and those seconds tick away as she fights with the ice barrel by clip number 12.
Not quite getting the right spot on this hold, Saas Fee hold.
Yeah, needs to take it on the underside. Oh, she's so close, Petra. Fatigue setting in now, I think.
Definitely. We could see that her ice axe, the right ice axe, she couldn't really control it anymore to get into the undercling. But she goes for it again and trying to get this, just giving everything she has, every little bit of energy left.
Come on, Vivien, summon a bicep. Get yourself into that undercling. That's time up for Vivien Labarile, and it was a great effort, and I'm sure you will agree with me, Petra, when I say that she's done her friends and family and the whole Saas Fee crowd proud.
Definitely. It was a good climb. She gave her best, and I hope she had a good time.
Big smiles and a wave to the crowd, and joining me now briefly in the booth is Enni Bertling of Finland. Enni, tell me this, how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great now.
Talk me through that route.
Oh, the beginning was harder than I expected, but I liked it. I like hard routes. And then when I got to the barrels, I was like, oh my god, now the hanging part starts. And after that, I was very pumped all the way. But I was happy with my climbing.
Did you have any idea at all that Woonseon Shin had topped?
Not really, but when I got, it was after the beginning, it was just hanging, and she's really good in that.
She is very good in that. You're currently
Koreans, they just rest when they get to the figure 4, and my power just disappears.
You're currently sitting in 3rd place. We still have 4 more athletes to go. Do you think you're going to stay in that podium position?
No, I don't think so.
It's very honest and very humble of you.
Yeah, but I was very happy for my climbing. Yeah,
Heeyong Park and Woonseon Shin.
I was so pumped at the top that when I came down, I was like, oh, I don't care if I'm the 8th. I'm already won my...
So you enjoyed it? You're happy with your performance?
Enjoyed, really.
Excellent. Well, listen, Enni, congratulations again on a great final here in Saas Fee.
Thank you.
We hope to see you at another one this season.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Good luck, and thanks again. Go and enjoy the rest of the final.
Thank you.
We saw Heeyong Park and Woonseon Shin in the icebox, and now we have a new athlete in this men's final. It's Kevin Huser of Switzerland. Petra, what can you tell me about Kevin?
Kevin as well is someone I know since he's maybe 10 years old. He's a great climber, ice climber as well as sport climber. He's an all-rounder. He, I think, has won local speed competitions. He has won boulder competition. He was in national team of sport climbing and ice climbing, so he's here for a good competition, but also for a good show. He loves the atmosphere here in Saas Fee. He loves the crowd, and this man, he has some power.
That he does, and as he moves leftwards into the hanging panels past clip number 4, we're going to start to see some of that power. Kevin Huser with just less than 6 minutes on the clock. Stands with his left foot round the corner and kicks into the left side of the panel. And now into that first ice barrel.
He was also moving really efficient and fast. I could imagine that he will not have that much trouble for passing the log and the jump. It's kind of, as you said before, Liam, it's more similar style to bouldering, so he knows this kind of moves. Not sure if he's done anything similar on ice axis, but he has the confidence and the power to do this move.
Kevin Huser moving up that log. 46 seconds off the pace, but he's going to pick it up now. Interested to see how he moves through this dyno, getting a good stick in the top of that log. Using his right hand on top of the wooden chockstone that sits between the log and the steel work. And now lines up for the dyno. Needs to get that right foot on. Very awkward position. Both feet across Petra.
Yeah, it also needs a lot of flexibility, or the knee.
Hey, I'm a big fan of the knee. Do not be ashamed to get the technical knee on.
But he's taking the necessary time. And
lines up for it and he hits it. Kevin Huser easily sticks that dyno. No surprises.
Directly back with his foot to get the body tension back on the wall.
Yeah, really nice skill there. Excellent precision. Now with just less than 3 minutes on the clock. Needs to start accelerating. Pick up the pace through the upper part of the arch.
This is a really powerful and long move. You can see you can't put the head of the ice axe against the wall to stein it, but you have to pull on fully, commit to it. It needs the whole body tension, a lot of body tension.
You can see Kevin Huser grimacing there as he moves up to that tricky rebar hold by clip number 14.
I wonder why Heeyong actually skipped that hold. It doesn't look like it's too bad.
Maybe he just felt it was more efficient.
Good point.
Kevin Huser, lots of time still remaining.
Really good performance from him here.
Wow, pirouetted, inverted. Spun around that move, really, really nice. 16 seconds off the pace, but still plenty of time in hand. We saw Heeyong Park losing time here.
I think here on this barrel it's really necessary to have a plan, to know what to do. Are you going for the hold first or the clip first? We saw Heeyong going all around to go for the clip and then back again to go up to the hold.
And this ice barrel proving the tricky sticking spot. Kevin Huser needs to get that lock on. The crowd really getting behind him now.
He's trying to hit himself at a hole for the ice axe. Doesn't seem to work that well. I think this personally is the solution to go to stick the move, and it seems like he's close, really close on that move, but we are don't have to forget that he hasn't clipped the quick draw yet.
Yeah, indeed, he's still on 15th quick draw. The other athletes had the 16th. And I think he's going to be timeout. Yeah, it is timeout before he manages to get that 16th draw.
He was same height as the other athletes, but hasn't clipped yet, so he will be ranked lower.
He's very happy with that performance. You see the passion. You see how happy he is. Great work from Kevin Huser. Amazing work there from the Swiss athlete. No first place, but a very, very respectable attempt.
I think for Kevin, he's happy to be in finals, to climb in a final again, and for sure super happy that it is at a home event.
Well, we've got another new athlete on the screen. Welcoming to the stage, Russia's Mariam Filippova. Mariam, another veteran of the sport, has been around seemingly forever. Extraordinary climber. Very, very consistent. Didn't have a great year here last year, finished 15th. She actually finished 16th the year before, but took a bronze medal in 2016. She's going to be wanting to repeat that form tonight. Petra, what can you tell us about Mariam Filippova?
Well, it's hard to say. Mariam is a really consistent athlete, as you said. She's a calm climber. She had some really strong climbs, strong years as well. But I think with her, we're not allowed to forget that she's a mom. So she had years where she skipped because of pregnancy. She has a kid at home, so that's a lot of work. I couldn't imagine how it is to train and have a kid at home, which takes, I guess, tons of energy as well. So it's great to see her here back in finals, and I wish her all the best.
So Mariam Filippova now, just over 7 minutes on the clock, moving up and right into those hanging panels. Current results are as follows. In the men's, 4th place, Younggeon. 3rd place, Kevin Huser. It's joint 1st place right now, Mohammad Safdarian and Heeyong Park. And in the women's competition, 4th place is Switzerland's Vivien Labarile. 3rd place, Enni Bertling of Finland. 2nd place, Han Na Rai of Korea. 1st place, the only top of the round so far, is Shin. Mariam Filippova looking to make the 2nd top, of course. Moves nicely through that first part of the hanging panel into the stone hold. Approaches clip number 7.
She is moving quite fast, actually. She's just a little bit behind Shin, even though for me personally it looks that as if she would be slower. But she as well, a competitor which is moving efficiently, calm, and just really nicely to watch as well.
5 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. She moves leftwards into those twin ice barrels.
And especially on these barrels, you can either lose a lot of time, but you also can win a lot of time if you cruise through them efficiently from figure 9 to figure 4, clipping fast, skipping holds, moving more to the sides than upwards.
Mariam Filippova just slowed down through these twin barrels, and as we say many times, this is the point where we really need to start picking up. Shout out to Matt Foot, he's got in touch on social media, says that he's settled down in the sofa after a day of ice climbing himself, watching this thrilling Saas Fee lead final. You too can get in touch, use that hashtag UIAA ice climbing, get in touch directly using @Liam Lonsdale. Mariam Filippova now moving leftwards, 3 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock as she makes the moves onto that speed wall. If you have questions for myself or for Petra, we'd love to hear from you. That's right, Petra, isn't it? We love to hear from them.
Yeah, for sure. Ask anything you want, ice climbing. We can answer, hopefully answer all of your questions.
Certainly do our best.
But what is surprising here is that she seems to have quite a bit of trouble in this ice section, which is kind of interesting or funny as well, as we are at an ice climbing competition, and that's one question I get asked quite often. Why are we not able to climb any ice anymore?
Yeah, I mean, the general answer to that is ice isn't hard enough. You know, these athletes, yourself included, ice is just too easy.
Well, I guess ice is kind of too easy, but at the same time, it's kind of the crux. It slows us down often because we don't train it. We train mostly on dry tooling, and then as you can see, we have specific ice axes which are have a harder angle on the pick, so it's hard to hit the ice. They're not made to ice climb, and that's why we are looking for the holes in the ice and not hitting.
Mariam Filippova now moving up to clip number 13.
She's just got 2 minutes left, and she has to speed up if she wants to top the route. She seems to be tired, but she uses her height and leaves her feet on the ice barrels beneath. Looking pumped.
She is definitely looking pumped. 1 minute and 30 on the clock.
You can see also with clipping the quick draw here, it's not as smooth as the first couple of quick draws. It's always a little sign of fatigue in the forearms.
1 minute and 15 seconds. Mariam Filippova pauses to catch the breath, shake out those hands. Into that ice barrel behind her, and that's the 1 minute call. Into the figure 4 over the right hand. There is clip number 14. You'll have to excuse me, that's clip number 15 made. She has 30 seconds remaining. Really slowed down now.
Yeah, she's fighting hard against her, and she can't hold on longer.
Looks a little bit frustrated, Petra, but at the same time, big scream and throws her hands up, waves to the crowd.
Yeah, I think the first moment we could really see she's frustrated. She wanted to do better, and probably also knows that she could have done better. As it is a route which is not all too hard move-wise, but endurance-wise, it's hard for the forearms.
Yeah, it just looks so pumpy. You know, it's interesting you say that. The moves aren't quote-unquote so hard, but then there's not that many clips.
True, and we are not allowed to forget that the upper part is really steep. It needs a lot of body tension. It's taking all the energy you have.
Well, great effort there from Mariam Filippova, who now sits in third place. And another athlete joins us. This time, it's last week's silver medalist. The first medal in his first ever final. We're renaming DTS and calling it CTS after Nathan Clair. Here he is. Ready to go big or go home. Straight away, very quickly moves up those first few holds. What do you know of Nathan, Petra?
Well, I know him. He's French. He speaks French.
Oh, well, here we go. Trivia with Petra Klingler, the French athlete Nathan Clair. What do you know of him? He speaks French.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Well, he's a really nice guy, but otherwise, I actually don't know that much about him. I know he trains quite a bit with the Laudevant frères, like brothers. He's super strong. They always make fun of him that he's not using his legs, but just powers through with his big biceps. But it seems to help him a lot.
I'm pretty sure he's also a very talented skier. I think he works as a ski instructor or a ski guide.
Yeah, I think almost all the French in ice climbing are good skiers at the same time.
Yeah. Well, Nathan Clair moving out to the left into those hanging panels. Clips 3 and 4 made. 6:37 on the clock.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see some French guys back in finals again. They have progressed immensely over the last couple of years. We also will see Marion Thomas later in the women's finals.
Yeah, the progression really has been quite incredible. If we look at Nathan's season last year, finished 15th overall, started his first round of the season here, finishing in 29th place. He then went on to Ravenstein where he finished 9th. Then he placed 13th in Cheongsong and 18th in Kirov. Fast forward to present day, and he started the season off with a 10th place in Cheongsong and a silver medal in Beijing. Looks like 2019 could be Nathan Clair's year.
It seems. I mean, we have had just a couple of competitions and a lot more to come. And I'm sure he's one of the future top athletes.
Well, he's one of the present top athletes. Certainly looked that way in qualifiers, and he's not looked off the pace in semis either. Middle of the table. 5 minutes and 17 on the clock. Reaches out to make that next clip, and we see him approaching this dyno. Very intricate route setting, kind of ingenious really from the team Petra.
Yeah, it's an amazing move. I think it's actually not that hard, but it's strange and it's uncomfortable and it's new.
And it's spectacular.
That for sure.
I mean, I think that's the real crux for the route setters, is not only creating moves that are difficult, That's not actually that much of a task. It's creating moves that are difficult, that look good, because we have to remember this is a show, and these athletes are here to put on a show, and so far that's exactly what they've done.
Definitely, and I personally, I don't want to be a reed setter because it's so hard. The edge of making something spectacular and super hard, it's really close, and I bet they're just glad that it worked out really well this time.
Well, Nathan Clair playing with fire with that shoulder roped over his shoulder, the tool draped over his shoulder there. Could barely watch. He jumps without even hesitating. Look at that. Have some of that. Nathan Clair, very strong. I think it would be fair to say that that was casual.
That looked really easy. He kind of got in the position and just went for it. Not one little hesitation. Absolutely
incredible confidence from the Frenchman. And he reaches up with that right hand for the next movement, easily off that left-hand ice barrel.
Yeah, and he's fast in time as well. He has a bit more than 3 minutes left. And if I remember correctly, Heeyong had 3 minutes there.
Well, look at that. He's 4 seconds ahead of Heeyong Park and not showing any signs of slowing down at this point.
And he looks fresh. He doesn't seem to be super tired, but it is a hard move coming.
Big lock off that right-hand undercut. Misses it a couple of times. You can see the precision that we would normally expect from Nathan Clair, not quite there. Could do with a rest here, I reckon. Oh, he hits it first time with the left hand. Very, very comfortable. Still a second ahead of Heeyong Park.
I think it's going to be the ice barrel again. How efficient he will be able to get through this ice barrel.
A little bit of blood coming from his mouth, I think, here. Oh, look at that. The left pick pops, but he manages to hold the right hand. Stays composed, stays controlled, launches behind him with the right hand. So strong. Bib number 49, France's Nathan Clair, is in cruise control.
And typically for him, like, no, doesn't bother about getting the feet up first before making the clip, but just hanging there, one arm, doing the clip.
Moves around the ice barrel. 1 minute 45 seconds. This is great work from Nathan Clair. He's bang on time now. Allez, Nathan.
He seems to be cruising this ice barrel. Hope he will not slow down now and is going for this next hold. He's also choosing to get the feet back on the wall.
And that left foot does not want to go in, and he cuts loose again. CTS is the new name for this guy, Nathan Clair. Just hanging there from one arm, almost like, guys, what do I have to do to get my foot in here?
It seems to be really bouncy. That the wood doesn't seem want to stick.
45 seconds on the clock. Nathan Clair desperately needs that hold, and even more needs that clip, and he cuts loose one more time. How can he keep dropping his feet and getting back on? This guy's strength is unfathomable.
It just seems as if he's not getting tired at all. But he just has to kick his feet really hard. Maybe sharpen them a little bit as well.
Manages to hit it. Come on, Nathan. You've got 15 seconds. Make that clip, young man. The rope drag. He's got the clip, and he's got 5 seconds. Can he get that next hold? This is going to count. 2, 1, 0. That's time up for Nathan Clair. Absolutely stunning stuff. So close. Woo! Petra, summarize. I need a minute.
Incredible. Like, his performance was so solid, up to the barrel, but this ice barrel is just nerve-wracking. It takes so much time.
Yeah, really, really interesting to see that ice barrel. He was on pace. In fact, he was slightly ahead of the pace almost all the way. And then, yeah, just didn't happen for him.
It's the move of the moves. There, everything will decide, in my opinion.
Well, looking at the scores, the results are as follows. There's been a tweak to Mohammad Safdarian's score. He's now got 16.221 instead of 16.220, which puts him in first place ahead of Heeyong Park and Naton Clair, who are both currently behind him. Naton Clair in second place, Heeyong Park third. Petra, another new athlete, joins us now, and it's great to see her in finals. Mariam Thomas of France, another French athlete, back-to-back Frenchies. What do we know about Mariam?
Mariam is a sweet girl, super strong, and has improved her climbing massively over the last year. She is studying mechanics,
something like that, mechanical engineering, I think.
Something.
Yeah.
So clever as well.
She actually made her first ever finals here in 2017, placed 7th, and then last year was one of those unfortunate few that tied at 17th place. There's about 10 of them all tied at one point. Right now, she's beat that result already, and she's in finals. Hopefully she can stay relaxed and calm and let the tools do the talking.
She had a super strong qualification round. Her climbing was incredible. Semifinals as well. And moving fast and smoothly over these couple of first moves. Quickly checking her hold here. Wasn't sure if she had it right. Sometimes it's necessary or it's clever to check the hold. And it doesn't need too much time, but it gives you just the necessary security.
Look at that little cheeky heel hook from Mariam Thomas. She did start off competitively sport climbing, so it's no surprise that we see those techniques deployed. 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock as she makes clip number 7. Plenty of time in hand.
Yeah, we can see a lot of the girls, they had to do a figure 4 to get into this Stein pole. She just cruises up here. Incredible to see. So happy for her to see her climb here in the finals.
Into the ice barrel. The security of that ice barrel, not to be underestimated. Nice deep hole for the tool to sit in, for the athletes to just take a second to relax on, but it is this part of the route the athletes need to accelerate through. The time spent here really makes a difference on that upper wall.
Yeah, it's really hard because you have good holds. It's kind of the first place you could rest, but you shouldn't rest because it's still the beginning of the route. You're not even in half through the route, so you have to just get going, keep the pace up, and hope to not get tired. But as we just saw, she's in a good pace, she's fast, she's faster than all the other, I think.
Get another look at those splits as she makes that next clip, but she's moving nicely and takes a low grip on that speed wall. Just looking for the best placement. Oh, can't watch. Looked very shallow, that placement there.
Yep, definitely not one I would have trusted, but sometimes you just have to take the risk and go for it. Trust.
Seems to have paid off. And now moves up into the top part of that speed section, and we want to see some acceleration from her now. 4 minutes 18 on the clock. There's Team France, and look at that split, 20 seconds ahead of the pace. Marion Thomas, blisteringly fast.
Yeah, she even had some time to rest here. She will try to accelerate again now in this steep section. And I bet she knows that she can top.
What do you think, Petra? Are we going to see her up there?
I hope so. I really hope so.
But is she going to?
That's always hard. It's a mind fight. If you know that you can top, it's just in your mind to actually do it. It's super hard. You're not allowed to do any mistakes, and you have to keep up the pace. You're not allowed to be afraid of risking. You're not allowed to take too much time to do the moves, even though you're fast.
Flicks the right leg over the right hand for that figure 9. Back to the figure 4. Into the ice barrel now, and look at that. She has 3 minutes on the clock. If she can keep this pace up, this could really be something spectacular. Ale Maro.
But the thing on ice axes is, because you always have the same hold in your hands, it is super tiring, and it happens that like it just can go from 1 second to the other, and you're not able to hold on anymore. And
just trying to sort her feet out there as she keeps moving up. 2 minutes and 28 on the clock.
She seems to be...
Oh, no!
That's what I meant. It can just change in a split of a second from going cruising to no energy anymore.
Climbed so well there and just gassed out with the holes in that ice barrel. I really thought that she might do it then.
Yeah, I was really hoping for her, but I know I've been in this situation where you are super good and then suddenly the energy is going, you're kind of panicking and you're squeezing the holds even harder. But I hope she knows that she climbed excellently, and she has to just take the good things with her, even though I'm sure she's annoyed.
Yeah, she climbed really well there. Great effort from the young French climber. Let's take a look at that one more time. Just got tangled up in the ice barrel and then couldn't hold on any longer. So that puts her into 5th place behind Enni Bertling, Mariam Filippova and Han Na Rai, Shin Woonseon. Still have 2 more athletes in the women's competition to climb. Sina Goetz of Switzerland and Maria Tolokonina of Russia. And now we are with our sixth male athlete climbing under Swiss colours this season.
Yeah, it has been a couple of years that he was trying to get the permission to climb for the Swiss team. He is living in Switzerland for over 5 years, I think.
He's married to a Swiss climber.
He's married to a Swiss climber. He's fluent in French, so he lives in a French part of Switzerland. He's
fluent in English.
In English and Russian.
Obviously.
And I think he's a professor, if
yeah,
I'm
he is.
correct.
Yeah, total genius.
Yeah, he is. Definitely, like, it's crazy.
Super handsome. Incredible athlete.
Incredible athlete.
It's just one of those people that you just love to hate.
And we have seen him here in Saas Fee a couple of times climbing for the Russian team and making podium, if I'm correct, for the Russian team.
Yeah, he has made podiums in the past. He needs no introduction, Nikolai Primarov, but we'll give him one anyway. Climbs up through the lower part of the route.
And certainly something which I'm super happy is that he's our youth team coach. The team, I guess, has really grown with him. Thanks to him, we have learned a lot about techniques in ice climbing. We haven't really trained before like this.
Can you give us some examples?
Just different placements or mental strategies. Thank you. Like how to compete, how to go to the wall, how to think about the climbing, and of course together with Yannick, these two guys I think are a really good team to have in our Swiss team to improve our climbing, to improve everything, structures, holds, etc.
Well, it certainly seems to be paying off because we have 4 Swiss athletes in the final. Nikolai Primarov now 21 seconds behind the pace, but don't worry too much about that. We'll see him accelerating through these upper sections. You see in the bottom right hand corner of your screen waving there with his Azerbaijan flag. It's actually his birthday today. That man is none other than Zorab Shabalayev. He's the only athlete here from Azerbaijan. He takes part every year in the championships as much as he can and is not supported by anyone. No federation support, no sponsor support. Funds himself, and today's his birthday. So we want to wish him a very happy birthday. Big happy birthday to Zorab Shabalayev of Azerbaijan.
We just saw now that Nikolai, he preferred at the beginning of the branch to hit himself. We also could see that his hitting was really good. That's because he also is an ice climber. He does a lot of ice climbing, outdoor ice climbing throughout the year. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he certainly knows what he's doing, and when it comes to experience, there are a few that have as much experience as Nikolai Primarov.
And he caught up in time. He's almost at the same time as Safdarian was. Some issues here with the rope. Clever him to hold on to the branch, but a bit risky with his ice axe still over his hand.
Nikolai Primarov has fallen foul to technical problems like that before, dropping tools. Right now, he looks pretty solid here, using that right hand to palm down on the wooden block, kicks into the log, eyes up that next move. Here he goes. Oh, is he going to try and clip first? Nice, okay.
Yeah, we have seen Koreans doing this as well.
Clip made. Is he going to look to readjust that foot? He is. Takes a breath. Eyes it up, and there he goes. Great accuracy, great precision. Nikolai Primarov easily making that move into the ice barrel. Just over 3 minutes remaining now for him. Oh, a little foot slip there. Recovers nicely. Into the undercut with that right hand. A very, very powerful position indeed. But look at that, Petra, so solid and static up on that move.
This was really great how he did it. I was a bit scared about his foot slipping from the volume because it seemed like his pick, or like the point of his shoe wasn't quite in the wood, but luckily it held.
Yeah, the crampon was solid. He takes that left hand now, and you see he's only 8 seconds behind the pace. Made up some good time around that dyno.
Getting up here to the next ice barrel, the crucial ice barrel where you can lose a lot of time.
Reaches out behind him. Let's see how efficient he is through this steep barrel section. Oh, little cut loose there, but sticks that one hand, no problem. Looks like he's going to come round the back of it, Petra. Or the front, depending on how you look at it. Come towards us, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I'm still not sure which is the more efficient way, but I think if you can do the clip from here and then go over and kick back your feet into the wall, it should be pretty efficient. Otherwise, if you decide to go the other way around, I personally would say it's better to do the move first and then clip.
I think you're right. I think the key here is if you come around that side, you know, towards us and make that clip, you can't get sucked into the barrel, and Nikolai seems not to be. Is he going to get that? Oh, his feet cut loose. He goes into the fig four. That clock running down now, less than 1 minute remaining.
I think the move out of the figure four is super hard. It's really the key to kick back into the wall and lock off, kind of lean against the barrel. But as we saw before with Nathan, he had some trouble.
Well, look at that. Nikolai Primarov now has that hold, and this next move decides whether or not Mohammad Safdarian will be guaranteed a medal. If he can make that next clip, then he'll push Mohammad Safdarian off the top spot. If he makes the next hold, he will as well. Oh, he's just short. Oh, he's got it!
He's got it!
Can he make the clip in time? The time is so thin now. That is a small placement. That's disgusting.
That is super small to hit, but he...
It is timeout for Nikolai Primarov. That will put him into first place. Waves to the crowd, releases his tool, and receives a big applause from that Swiss crowd.
Really nice climbing from him. I think he can be super happy, and I actually also think that it's been quite a while since he had such a good climb.
Well, here's the thing, Petra, he's guaranteed a place on the podium.
That's amazing. I'm really super happy for him.
Goes into first place ahead of Mohammad Safdarian, and with only 2 athletes remaining, it is a place on the podium guaranteed. Whether it's bronze, silver or gold will be determined by his fellow competitors Nikolai Kuzovlev and Yannick Glatthard. There are some of the Russian team: Katerina Kosheva, Valeria Bogdan and Vladislav Urdlov. Left to right, Valeria, Katya and Vlad. Some of the Swiss fans there, and a new athlete.
We have Sina Goetz from Switzerland.
We do indeed. Petra, what can you tell us about Sina Goetz?
Sina is also one of the upcoming athletes, or one of the strong athletes.
Certainly. I mean, she's won a European title this year. She won the European Cup in Bern. She is the Swiss champion.
Yes,
She's
indeed.
placed second in the qualifiers here today, and first in the qualifiers and second in the semis.
Yeah, she is, or she comes from a climbing family. Like, the whole family is all into climbing. She grew up with climbing, and she actually decided to dedicate all her time to climbing this year. So she finished her high school, I think, last summer. So she's been training all year through, really trying to get in shape and dedicating and giving all her energy to training.
Well, it's certainly showing. Moved really well through the tables here at Saas Fee. Her second comp of the season, she did compete in Cheongsong.
Yeah, and it's really nice to see that also her confidence, it grew immensely. Last year she always was asking for help and how to do the placements. And this year it's like she knows what she's doing. She knows exactly what she has to do, what she needs to do, and is moving so fast.
Yeah, certainly seen a new maturity from her in her climbing. over the right hand for the figure 4 with the left leg.
We have seen her twin brother climbing in a semi-finals with the guys, just not making it to the finals this time.
Into the Stein with the left hand.
Moving really fast here, solid climbing up till now for Sina. But as we have seen before with Mariam, just hoping that she's not using too much energy here in the lower section of the climbing, and will have enough time and energy on the top part.
Mariam? No, Sina Goetz now moving off that ice block by clip number 8 into the twin ice barrels. And this is indeed her time to shine. She took 4th place in Cheongsong. Skipped the round in China to take the Swiss championship title. And now here she is on that home turf again, in front of an international audience and amongst an international competitor crowd. Will it be a fairy tale ending to this second round of the season for her? 3rd round of the season of the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. If you've missed any of the competitions so far, we were of course in Asia, which is tricky for time zones for Europe. You can watch all of the replays on the UIAA YouTube channel. Just Google or search on YouTube UIAA and you will find all of the competitions on there. If you are just joining us, where have you been? You have missed a thrilling final so far, but don't worry, we still have plenty of action left for you. We still have Maria Tolokonina to climb, we still have Nikolai Kuzovlev and Yannick Glatthard to climb, and you are watching Switzerland's Sina Goetz on her finals route. 4 minutes and 43 seconds remaining for her, as she delicately picks her way through those 2 ice blocks. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight, former bouldering world champion, gold medalist in the Ice Climbing World Cup, Swiss climbing hero, Petra Klingler. My name, of course, is Liam Lonsdale. You can get in touch with us multiple ways. If you're tuned in on Facebook or YouTube, drop us a comment or a question in the chat box. If you're watching on TV, on Red Bull TV, then you can send us a message on any of the social media channels using hashtag UIAA Mountains, or tag me directly using @Liam Lonsdale. We love to hear from you. We love you to get involved. Whether it's just a cheer for the athletes or it's a genuine question, get in touch. Sina Goetz now moving up the top part of that speed wall and making clip number 12. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Nice speed so far from Sina Goetz Petra.
Yeah, she's moving really efficiently. She slowed down a little bit over the ice barrels, but I think it's tactically wise to kind of take time, not rush it too much, because she has the time.
She does indeed have the time. We do know this already. Woonseon Shin has topped the route. Nobody else has managed to top. Na Rai did take the top but didn't match it. So it's going to be back down to speed. If you want to be in with a chance of a gold medal, you have to top this route. You have to top it faster than Woonseon Shin.
She seemed to have done this move with ease. It looked so efficient. We have seen other athletes struggling.
2 minutes and 32 on the clock as Sina Goetz commits wholeheartedly to that second hanging ice barrel. Now, a lot of athletes have had trouble at this point. Sina's got exactly 2 minutes remaining. This has been the point where they've just gassed out, lost their energy, not been able to push on, but Sina seems to be moving out of that ice barrel, takes that next hold.
Yeah, I think the key here is to cross over to this move. And she's fighting amazingly. Really good climb here from Sina. The home crowd is going crazy.
That 16th clip puts her into a medal position. She's now into 3rd place, but it's not guaranteed. She needs to be up there in 2nd if she wants to be guaranteed a medal, because of course there's still Maria Tolokonina to climb. She's very, very close, just needs to keep it together, needs to keep that momentum. She has 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. Stands on that volume, reaches theirs, clip 17. Clip 17 made. Can she take the top? She needs this top if she wants to be in a chance for a medal.
And she knows it.
She will be behind Younggeon Shin.
And this, so hard to watch. So hard to watch.
Takes the clip. There it is. She's got the. Oh, she's fumbled it. 40 seconds. Just needs to be patient. Take a breath, Sina. She has the top clip. She matches the top.
Her first medal.
First ever medal guaranteed for Sina Goetz of Switzerland. She's in 2nd place behind Younggeon Shin, and it will either be silver or bronze, decided by Maria Tolokonina in that next route. What an incredible effort from the young Swiss athlete, and the crowd here goes wild.
So deserved. Amazing climbing from Sina. After her disappointing 4th place in Korea, here is her well-deserved medal.
And she's happy, so she should be. Of course, if we can't get the athletes up here now, I will be down there on the podium later. I'll be grabbing interviews before the medal ceremony with all of the athletes. If you do have questions for them, send them in and I will do my best to ask them. You can, of course, send those messages using that chat box. Get in touch. Amazing work from Switzerland's Sina Goetz. Extraordinary support from the Swiss crowd here for their athlete. 3 athletes remaining. 2 men, 1 woman. This man, Nikolai Kuzovlev, has been unstoppable so far this season. He has won gold in Cheongsong in Korea. He's won gold in Beijing, China. He's wearing the yellow bib, which means he is the world tour leader so far. He is the man to beat. However, in the semi-finals today, only 1 man was ahead of him. The man who has not been on the tour so far, the man who could break his medal sweep, and that's Yannick Glatthard, who will climb next. Nikolai Kuzovlev is on incredible form right now. He's in the shape of his life. He's been training so hard. And if anyone has a chance of topping this route, then it is most definitely him. He has the experience, he has the athleticism, and he has the head. Petra, you've been watching this season so far. You've been on the tour yourself in the past. Tell us a little bit about Nikolai.
Well, Nikolai is one of the athletes. He's always been on the tour. He's always been strong on the tour. But this season is incredible. He's been unstoppable. His speed is what is his biggest strength. He moves so efficiently. It looks easy. It doesn't look that fast, but it's incredible. He's cruising, just cruising up the route. And as the route doesn't look too hard, I think he has a good chance to top the route. But we have also Yannick, who is really fast climber. He is an efficient climber and a good competitor, and maybe that's also why Kuzovlev could be a little bit stressed today. It is a competition. It's all about the mindset, in my opinion, here.
Do you think with the 2 wins already under his belt that puts more pressure on him or less pressure on him?
I think he knows he can do it, but he's also the one being chased. Yannick, it's his first competition. He's still really young. So he can go and risk everything, whereas Kuzovlev, he knows he's expected to win.
Well, Nikolai Kuzovlev so far moving nicely up that log. Kicks across into that hanging panel with the left leg. Lines up for the dyno. Current results so far. Let's take a quick look at those standings while he gets into that awkward position. 6th place, Kevin Huser of Switzerland. 5th place, Younggeon Lee of Korea. 4th place, Young Park of Korea. 3rd place, currently sitting in medal position, France's Clair. 2nd place in silver medal position is Mohammad Safdarian. 1st place, guaranteed a medal, Switzerland's Nikolai Primarov. Climbing right now is Nikolai Kuzovlev, who's building up for this dyno. Got his eyes laser locked onto that hold in the ice barrel.
Awkward position.
Very awkward. Doesn't look like he can spring out of that, but he seems like he's going to commit. He jumps and he hits it so easily. So easily, Petra.
I was actually really wondering how he would get out of this position. It looked so awkward. Drop knee on the right side, but it looked perfectly. It looked
explosive
easy.
Power. It was just so good there. He flew out of that position.
And he has like enough time.
So
loads
much time.
of time.
38 seconds ahead of the fastest pace so far. Amazing work. There he is in the ice box, Nikolai Primarov.
For sure, difficult situation for him. It's his friend climbing, but at the same time competitor. It's an awkward situation, kind of wishing he does well, at the same time knowing that if he does well he will kick you off the first place. So I guess mixed feelings here.
Kuzovlev seemingly very calm, very collected, moving up past clip number 14. 48 seconds ahead of the pace now.
Incredible speed. And I'm curious how he will manage to get through this ice barrel part. Which direction will he choose? Will he top? Will he win?
Moves up into that ice barrel, very efficient, 57 seconds ahead of Mohammad Safdarian now.
Interestingly, he isn't going for the figure fours. He keeps his feet in the wall all the time. Good decision in my opinion. And hits this hold easily.
And makes the clip easily as well. Nikolai Kuzovlev is in absolute cruise control right now. 19 clips on this route, 8 minutes to get to the top, and he's still got about 2 minutes remaining. 1 minute and 5 seconds faster than Mohammad Safdarian. He knows that he's got time to shake and compose himself.
Now it's going to be a crucial move. It's a move Nikolai already did. Nikolai Primarov, I think that's the best solution you can do. Figure four. It's a small but good hold you have to hit. And easily.
So easily. Hits that small metal placement with the left tool. Matches into the high grip with the right hand. Kicks in into the underside of that structure. And he's fully horizontal now as clip 17 gets made. And he goes into first place. Nikolai Primarov bumped down into second now. There's clip 18.
Just one clip to go.
Onto the ice barrel, into the figure four. And he knows he's got time. That's the last clip above him.
But he also knows that Yannick is coming. But this is the top hold.
So, simple business for him now. Just needs to stay composed. Makes the clip. And needs to match that tool in. There's the clip. There's the match. And it's a top for Nikolai Kuzovlev. And an emotional scream. A punch of the air. You can see how much it means to the Russian. And he will have to sit in that icebox now and wait to see if he's done enough to be in gold medal position. Petra, that's pretty much a flawless performance from the Russian.
It was perfect. It was a solid performance. It looked so incredibly easy when he did it.
And we see there that moment when he did top, and watch his face as that hold gets matched. Amazing work from Nikolai Kuzovlev.
And as much as I wish that a Swiss could win once, he would deserve it full on. His climbing was amazing. He's really one of the athletes this year who inspires. He makes me want to train harder.
Yeah, he's been so consistent all year. And here comes our final athlete. Speaking of training hard, speaking of consistent, Maria Tolokonina, 2 gold medals this season already. Can she make it third?
I think so. Personally, this woman is unstoppable this year.
It's just crazy, you know, she's, as we've already said,
she's Maria.
She's been on this tour for so long. She's been overall World Cup winner 5 times. She's current World Tour leader. She's been world champion. And yeah, she's won both comps this season. Yet, she's a mother of 2 kids.
It's incredible. Like, she dedicated her whole life to ice climbing, to competition climbing, and she's an athlete, like an example athlete.
Yeah, exemplary skills, exemplary fitness. She really is the one to watch, and it's not a one-trick pony either. She's not just lead, she wins gold medals in speed as well. Truly is the all-rounder. They don't call her the best for no reason at all. Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen that in my life.
I've seen it once. I've only ever seen Maria Tolokonina fall low once. She's looking at the tool. Is the pick snapped? Hard to tell.
I'm in shock.
I think everybody's in shock, not least Maria Tolokonina. Let's watch that again. She's in the Stein with the left hand. Reaches the Stein popped. But did the tension go? We need to see that one more time without a doubt.
Interesting. Because she doesn't take off her head off the wall, so she's in a Stein all the time and it just pops.
Watch the left hand. Just on the far right hand side, a little bit of shift maybe.
I think it was a little shift and maybe not a perfect placement. It's
Whoa.
crazy. It can go so fast from 100 to 0.
Well, we bigged her up and she totally deserves everything that we said about her, but let's just be honest, this is competitions. That can happen. It happened to Heeyong Park last week in China. It happened to Ema McSwiggan the week before in Korea. It does. It happened to you, Petra. It happened to you last year.
Yes, it happened to me last year.
First move.
Yes, I popped out of the ice.
It happens. It does happen, and it's difficult and it's horrible, but it happens to even the very best of us. And she's checking to see what happened there. If it was her tool.
But in a way, as hard as it sounds, it makes her human.
Yeah, it does. Well,
it can happen to everybody, as hard as it is, but it's competition.
Petra, let me just quickly recap those results then in the women's competition, because that is all of our women climbed now. 8th place, that unfortunate fall there for Maria Tolokonina. 7th place is Switzerland's Vivien Labarile. 6th place for France, Mariam Thomas. 5th place for Finland's Enni Bertling. 4th place for Russia's Mariam Filippova. 3rd place and bronze medal goes to Korea's Han Na Rai. 2nd place, and her first ever medal is a silver for Switzerland's Sina Goetz. 1st place and gold medal. It was our first athlete out this season, and I was not expecting that, I have to say. When she topped it so fast, I wondered if they'd undercut the route setting, but the route setters had it absolutely perfect. Woonseon Shin takes away gold. Now, 8 women have climbed, 7 men have climbed, and we are through to our final man. Dirk Tyler there, one of our judges, over from the United States. They call him the Blue-Eyed Adonis. Gives Yannick Glatthard a little pat on the back before he gets going. Wishes him luck. And there is the flag. And I believe that bottom right-hand corner is Yannick's canton as well.
I think so.
If I remember correctly.
I haven't. Yes, it is.
Hey, look at me with my Swiss knowledge. You impressed with that, Petra?
I'm impressed, Liam, all the time.
Thank you. Yannick Glatthard made a name for himself 2 years ago on this circuit. He climbed impeccably well. He was footloose and fancy-free. He was young. He was aggressive. He was kind of careless in a lot of ways, but it seemed to pay off. Last year, he took a break to learn to become a guide, a mountain guide. And in an interview that we did with him yesterday, he said he feels like he's become quieter. He's calmed down a little bit. We saw that he still has that aggression, seemingly has a little bit more measure as well. Yannick Glatthard was the first place qualifier in the men's semi-finals today. And I have to say, I have a knot in my stomach as he starts climbing here in this men's competition. Last climber of the final here. Everything to play for. If he wants a gold medal, he has to top the route, and he has to do it faster than Nikolai Kuzovlev. Nikolai Kuzovlev topped it in 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Let's see what Yannick Glatthard can do. Yannick Glatthard needs a flawless performance here. Makes clip number 3.
Yeah, I think for Yannick, he knows Kuzovlev has topped, so he knows it's all about the speed, and he will risk. He will try to climb well, controlled, but he knows as well that he just has to go fast.
Yannick Glatthard moving between 5 and 6. Nikolai Kuzovlev in that hot seat at the icebox. First place. We'll watch very closely. If anyone can beat Nikolai Kuzovlev, then Yannick Glatthard has a very strong chance.
Definitely, but something Yannick has or has had problems with is nerves. And sometimes it's good for him, but sometimes he kind of overpaces.
Well, look at that first split. 2 seconds faster than Nikolai Kuzovlev, who was blisteringly fast at that point as it was. And he's aggressive with those sticks into that log there, and each one stuck so nicely.
Yeah, Yannick definitely knows how to hit. It was always his strength, his confidence as well.
So let's see how he maneuvers his way through this next sequence. Ooh, little slip of the foot there. Clip 10 made. Needs to build himself up into that groove.
And Yannick is definitely not the climber really to take a lot of holds with his hands. but he's also a really strong rock climber, so it's not that he doesn't know how to climb it.
Needs to make sure he doesn't forget to pick his tool up on his way out. Please don't forget your tool, Yannick. Oh, this is horrible. I can't speak, Petra.
Me too.
It's so difficult when your friends are climbing, but this is the way the ice climbing circuit goes. They all become friends. We all become family. Yannick Glatthard lines up for this next move. The Swiss crowd watch. There he goes! Swiss Air is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and Yannick Glatthard is in business. Now we need to see him exploding up this head wall. What will it be for Yannick Glatthard?
Definitely. He's a little bit back in time, I think. But he can climb fast, we know that, and he knows it as well.
26 seconds behind the pace now. He lost a lot of time there. He was really slow in trying to find that body position, but definitely wanted to get it right. Anybody else, I would say, they wouldn't be able to make up 26 seconds, but Yannick Glatthard is one of few people in this circuit that can pull this out of the bag. Will it be a gold or will it be a silver? Will it be a medal at all? He's still got a lot of work to do.
Oh, he got up quite a bit.
4 seconds behind Kuzovlev now. Makes clip number 15 into the figure 4, reaches behind him, and this is the style that we like to see from Yannick. Just behind Kuzovlev. It's a matter of seconds, and he's going on the inside of the barrel by the looks of things.
But same as Kuzovlev, he's leaving his feet in the wall, going directly for the hole.
The crowd are going wild, and he's ahead! He's 5 seconds ahead! Yannick Glatthard is absolutely on fire. Swiss Air's in the building, he's about to switch on the afterburners. He looks back at the clock. Don't slow down now, Yannick!
Go for it.
Come on!
So hard to watch.
Oh my gosh.
My hands are sweating. It's
puts the figure 4 in. Oh, he's 20 seconds ahead. What are you doing to me? He's in the figure 4, places the tool into that next hold. He's got to top this, and he's got to top it faster than Kuzovlev. Nikolai Kuzovlev, the Russian, will be watching so closely on that timer. He's up into that next hold. Oh my gosh, Petra, my heart is beating out of my chest.
Oh yeah, mine as well. Like, it's incredible to watch him. It's incredible, and he's going directly for the top line.
18's made. Yannick Glatthard's got the top
40 seconds ahead.
18's made. Yannick Glatthard's got the top hold, and there it is. He's got it. It's gold medal for Yannick Glatthard.
It's incredible.
Swiss Air has taken off. Nobody knows where he's gone. He's in orbit. Oh my gosh, and he's on top of the structure.
Oh god, it's so deserved. We all were waiting, we all were sweating for him all these years.
It's a fairy tale finish. 20 years of Saas Fee, 20 years of competitions in Switzerland, and it's that man right there, the Swiss machine, that takes out a lot of slack, a worrying amount of slack. And
that's the moment he was waiting for forever.
A victory jump. There it is, ladies and gentlemen! Gold medal in first place.
Incredible. So
Swiss
deserved.
Yannick Glatthard, you absolute Bobby Dazzler. Woo! Petra, I'm going to run downstairs. Quickly summarise that for me. I'm going to go and grab the guys and do an interview.
Well, I think there are not really words for this. It was incredible. Catching up from being 20 seconds behind, skipping the last ice barrel, getting up 40 seconds ahead of Kuzovlev, and having just a dream of his life. I'm so happy for him. It's well deserved. His climb was astonishingly. And we can see even Kuzovlev coming to congratulate him. It's incredible. I think he's as happy as Yannick, and maybe not as happy, but I think we are family enough to know that he deserved it. And just at this moment, the whole crowd, even the Koreans, are coming to congratulate him. And I'm not super sure if he actually already knew that he won. I think he just was happy to be on a podium having a medal, but I think he actually didn't know that he had won the competition. We have everybody coming from all over. You have Liam down there trying to get an interview with him. We see here the top clip. It's the moment he knew he had a really good climb. He topped out. It's incredible. Being on the top of this structure, going all the way up onto the structure, just enjoying the moment, enjoying the home crowd cheering, screaming. And here once again we see he has taken the slack, and then the big jump from him down into the garage, down into the crowd. So we have Liam downstairs with Yannick now, getting the first interview, the first moments of Yannick's victory here in Saas Fee.
Okay. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff. I'm here live, right below the moment where he just topped and won. Yannick Glatthard, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great right now. It's an awesome feeling to win the Ice Climbing World Cup at my home destination, Saas Fee. Just unbelievable to get my first gold here.
You look so calm, so composed. We were watching really closely on the split times between each clip. You were on par with Nikolai all the way until the dyno, and then you dropped behind by like 40 seconds, and that was when we were worried. Did that go through your mind at all that you were going to be behind him?
I actually didn't know anything about the other climbers. I just hear like one big yell from desolation, so that means to me that the dyno was possible. For me, the dyno was the big question mark. But when I came there, I had to figure out how I want to do, because dynos like that are not plannable. So I just thought, let's try it out. Then I waited for the moment till I had a good feeling, and then I went in.
How does this guy look so calm? I'm like shaking with adrenaline, I'm shaking with cold. And then talk us through that last sequence.
Yeah.
You were climbing, you still had 3 moves to do in the ice barrel, and you just skipped it.
Yeah, like I was a bit scared of the Edelried hole before, because I don't like those. It's very slippery for my tools. Then I saw when I had the orange one, the second last, it just felt very close to the top. And then I'm like, oh, I have enough power, and so go on.
It was an amazing moment. The atmosphere was totally electric. Massive support on the live stream. Anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Yeah, congratulations to everyone. It was a hard competition. It needed a lot of force. The atmosphere here is just fucking crazy. I never saw something like that. I will go to Denver.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Yannick Glatthard, first gold medal, and he will be in Denver at the Ice Climbing World Cup. Yannick, one more time, congratulations. Absolutely, so well deserved. Go and get a jacket on. I don't know how he isn't freezing. Let's come away from these fireworks. We're going to try and grab Woonseon, Shin, and some of the other athletes. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time. of course, it's 20 years of Saas Fee here, and we were told they had a special surprise for us to commemorate this very special occasion. 20 years of competitions, 20 years of the Ice and Sound Festival, and what better occasion to get a Swiss gold medal and Yannick's first, but on the 20-year anniversary of the Saas Fee Ice and Sound Festival. The World Cup here, 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Tour. I'm really glad that we moved out because the fireworks are dripping down basically onto where we were stood. Seem to be getting a little bit more aggressive. Very beautiful. People stood around admiring what was a lovely ice fall is now melting rapidly below the fireworks. We can grab Shin for an interview straight after that lovely display there to commemorate the 20-year anniversary. Oh, yeah. And I believe that's the end of the fireworks. We'll just wait for the lights to come back on. So in a few moments' time we will have the medal ceremony. Back up now in the comfort of the commentary booth. We'll try and get that interview later possibly with Shin. That firework display to mark 20 years of Saas Fee. just to recap on what a wonderful event it's been. Thrilling lead and speed finals. Take a look at the results. Of course, you can look at the results live using results.theuiaa.org. Take a look at the speed, and it was, of course, a stunning Russian 1-2-3 in the men's competition. Nikolai Kuzovlev with the bronze medal, Vladislav Urlov with the silver medal, and Anton Yemov with the gold medal. The lights firing up here now. We're just waiting for those lights to kick in. Women's speed final. It was Natalia Savitskaya that took third, Katerina Kosheva in second, and Valeria Bogdan in first. Great win from her. Stunning men's final in the lead competition. Nikolai Primarov of Switzerland with bronze. Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia with silver. Unbelievable performance from Yannick Glatthard, taking his first ever gold medal in the 20th anniversary of Saas Fee competitions. It's a gold medal for him. And there is that results page. 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Absolutely unbelievable. In the women's competition, in the women's lead, Na Rai Song, also close to topping. She takes third place. Sina Goetz did top, 8 minutes 26. Switzerland, her first ever medal, and it's a silver. Yuntan Shin returns to the top spot here in Saas Fee for the second time. Takes a gold medal. Medal ceremony will begin in just a couple moments' time. Do bear with us. We hope that you've enjoyed the final here in Saas Fee. It's one thing for sure, I certainly have. Lots of support on that broadcast in the comments for Yannick. That'll be a sporting performance that goes down in history for sure, in the Saas Fee history books. So we have the medal ceremony now.
This medal ceremony is brought to you by Huser, the proud sponsors of the 2019 UIAA World Cup Tour. So we start with the speed finals. What? Not ready yet. Okay. Also die wird noch bis Jahre unsere Medalistinnen und Medalisten vom gestrigen Finale vom Speedklettern. Hier, wir haben also noch 5 Minuten Zeit, bis es losgeht mit der ersten Siegerehrung. Ebenfalls prüfen wir hier unten Angelika Reiner, was sich auch irgendwo aufhalten, da kommt sie schon. Perfekt. Und Petra Müller, Angelika Reiner hat 5-mal hier den Weltcup können gewinnen. Please present yourself here upon the stage.
Angelika Reiner on the stage there to present the medals. The 20th anniversary of the competition.
2008, 2009, 2012, 2014 and 2015.
5 gold medals here.
And Petra Müller from Switzerland. Sie kommt aus der Schweiz, die letzte Siegerin bei der Schweizer Damen. 2004 ist das gewesen. Und heute wäre es fast wieder so weit gewesen. Einen dicken Applaus für die 2 Damen, hier, Angelika Reiner und Petra Müller.
So of course the first medal ceremony will be for the women's speed competition.
Please present you in front of the ice hall, and then we go by three. The first three are the speed medalists, women.
And here they come.
Women's, all three from Russia. Natalia Savitskaya. Now we can go. All three from Russia, Natalia Savitskaya, Ekaterina Koshiva, and Valeria Bogdan. Welcome the medalists.
And so there are the speed medalists in the women's competition. Third place and bronze medal goes to Natalia Savitskaya of Russia.
Receiving the silver medal, also from Russia, Ekaterina Koshiva.
Second place and silver medal goes to Ekaterina Kosheva. We can tell you as well how all these results affect the overall standings. Gold medal, first place goes to Valeria Bogdan of Russia. It's great to see a smile on her face. So Ekaterina Kosheva now maintaining that top spot on the podium. 2 silvers and a gold, 260 points. She's still overall leader. Second place is still held by Maria Tolokonina with a first, a third and a fourth. Natalia Savitskaya in third place with 2 fourths and a third. And here we have the Russian national anthem. There was the Russian national anthem, Russian 1, 2, 3 in the women's speed competition. And now we'll have the men's competition. Men's podium for the men's speed here in this third round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. And in this 20th year in Saas Fee.
The 3 fastest guys present three medalists of speed men. Please welcome the three medalists.
And here they come. Interestingly, the podium here actually matches the overall podium. Nikolai Kuzovlev, third place and bronze medal. Here in Saas Fee is also third place overall. He's had a second, a fifth, and a third. Silver place, second place rather, in silver medal, and also second in the overall rankings so far after 3 competitions. Russia's Vladislav Yurlov, he's in a third, a first, and a second. 245 points is his tally so far. Top spot on the podium here in Saas Fee, his second gold medal of the season. 2 golds and 1 fourth place. He's in the lead for the overall title by just 10 points ahead of Vladislav Yurlov. Gold medal for Anton Nemov. And of course, for the second time, we will have the Russian national anthem. And there it was, the Russian national anthem for another all-Russian speed podium. Third place bronze medal Nikolai Kuzovlev. Second place and silver medal goes to Vladislav Yurlov. First place and gold medal, maintaining the overall top spot so far this year, it goes to Anton Nemov. Now it's time for the lead podiums. So first up is the women's lead podium. Third place and bronze medal goes to Han Na Rai of Korea. Currently sits 4th in the overall standings after 3 rounds. Still 3 more rounds to go, with the grand finale being held in Denver, Colorado. That's going to be an event not to be missed. Huge applause and cheers for her first ever medal. Switzerland's Sina Goetz takes silver here. Second place in Saas Fee. Still very much on top of the game, in as good a shape as she's ever been. Woonseon Shin of Korea with another gold medal to add to her tally. First place here in Saas Fee. And now we have the South Korean national anthem. That was South Korean national anthem. Han Na Rai song in third place with a bronze medal. Sina Goetz second place with her first ever podium and a silver medal. And Woonseon Shin takes gold and first place here at the 20th Ice and Sound Festival, the third round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. And if you're still with us, this is going to be a big moment now. On the rank of podiums, I reckon this one's going to be pretty high. The Saas Fee crowd have waited a long time to see Yannick Glatthard on the top spot of any podium. He's waited a long time to be on the top spot of any podium. And it's here. It's home competition in Saas Fee, where he's going to get that privilege. And here they come. And the medals for this ceremony will be presented by Yannick Glatthard, Operations Director of the UIAA, and a familiar name perhaps, because he is indeed the father of Yannick Glatthard. A very, very proud moment. Third place and bronze medal. He's back in business. You can see how much it means to Nikolai Primarov, especially to do that under the Swiss flag after trying for so long to get the recognition to climb for that team. Silver medal and second place. He's been dominant so far this season and puts a brave face on, I have to say, as he takes his second place and silver medal. He definitely wanted to win. Taking Angie Rayner away with him by the looks of it. Not sure how the fella will feel about that. And this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. A long time in the making. Back on top. Switzerland, loud and proud. Yannick Glatthard, aka Swiss Air, aka Boy Wonder, takes his first ever gold medal here in the 20th anniversary of the Saas Fee Ice and Sound Festival in the third round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup, and that medal presented to him by his own father. What a special moment. I asked Yannick how he felt going into finals, and he said he knew on Monday that this was the one. He said he had a feeling. Couldn't explain it, but he had a feeling. And that confidence, that's what got him up there. And now we will have the Swiss national anthem. A very proud moment for the Swiss team and for the athletes of the Ice Climbing World Cup Tour. And so, with the medal ceremony over, it remains for me to say some thanks. A big thank you, of course, to our title sponsors of this competition, Outdoor Research. It would not be possible without them. A big thank you to the local organising committee, to the UIAA, and to our broadcast team here, the QTV, who have done a stellar job as always. I want to say a personal thank you to the fans and you guys at home. This would not be as fun as it is without your feedback, without your comments, without your questions and support. And of course, a huge thank you to our squad of athletes who, week after week, put on a wonderful show. We're halfway through the season now. Next week we'll be in Ravenstein, Südtirol, and I, for one, cannot wait to see what pans out there. That marks the end of the 20th Ice and Sound Festival in Saas Fee. It marks the end of the third round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. It's been a pleasure as always. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, enjoy the rest of your day. Do it safely. Do it with heart. My name is Liam Lonsdale. And have a wonderful evening. Good night.